We'll use this video to show how to perform an import from Entrata. Tax1099.com is available in the App Center under 1099 Miscellaneous e-file. You may be asked to enter your Tax1099.com and/or Entrata credentials to proceed. Select the tax year and/or form to import and click Next. If this is the first import for this year, you will not see this pop up. It only applies when there is saved data from a previous import for this company. Click OK to start with a fresh data set, or Cancel to use the saved data. If you have more than one company in Entrata, you can choose one or more to work on here. I'm going to select all and click Refresh, and you'll see that I'll be able to view each one of my 3 companies listed here. For the purposes of our demonstration though, I'm going to go back and just have one company selected. The edit grid will display. Look for errors indicated by red dots. A yellow dot would indicate that the payer has at least one vendor who is missing or has invalid data. Green dots mean all the information is valid for e-filing. Any vendor you want to create a 1099 for needs to have a green dot next to the name. In our situation, we have errors listed on every record. You can download the errors using the Download Error List Excel button. When working with multiple vendor records that have errors, you can use the Filter option under the Flag column. First, we'll correct the error on the payer. In this case, we needed to update the EIN. Updating the EIN for the payer turns that payer dot to yellow, indicating that that is correct, but there are other errors under the vendors. My first vendor, when I click on the name, I see several things missing from their record. I'm going to complete that information. As I correct the information for a vendor, their dot turns from red to green to indicate the information is complete now. I'll go ahead and fix these other 2 vendors. You can also use the Edit option here to change a box value or box category for a specific vendor. If you need to make edits to multiple vendors in the box category, simply select those vendors and use the Apply to Selected Recipients to change their information from one box to another box. When the updates are complete, you can use the Export All button to export this data to Excel so you have a record of what you have produced for 1099s for each one of your vendors. You can select individual vendors to move forward, or you can use the Select All feature to select all vendors across multiple pages and push them into the next page where 1099s have been created. If you do not choose to use the Select All feature, you may want to increase the number of records that display per page so you have fewer pages to view for your selected records. On the Select Forms page, use the Schedule All Vendor e-file button to choose the date to send the information to the agencies. You can delay the e-file up to March 31st, 2015 to give yourself extra time to make changes to filing information without having to issue corrected forms. You can change the dates in bulk using the Schedule All Vendor e-file option, or you can change the dates for an individual vendor. On this page, you can also choose the delivery method, email or mail, to send copies to the recipients. If you want to print and mail the forms yourself, make no selections in those columns. TIN matching is available here to help prevent penalties for mismatched taxpayer ID and name combinations. State filings to non-combined federal-state filing states can also be chosen here if applicable. You can preview a copy or delete forms at this point as well. Select the vendors you want to create forms for and click Next. This message indicates that you have opted to print and mail 1099s yourself and that you can use the Manage Forms page to produce the PDFs or to change that later and have us send an email or a U.S. Postal Service mailing copy. Enter your payment details here and click Pay Now. We will send you a confirmation email and a receipt for the payment. Email copies go into our queue to be sent as soon as possible. Mailed copies go out within 24 business hours. You can check the status of the copies from the dashboard. We have now completed the steps to bring the Entrata data into Tax1099.com.